Josh Brinkworth, one of the defensive stars of today's game for Pacific, finished with the team high 9 tackles. And Josh, the defense has had struggles over the first 2 games, and today they came together. First of all, tell me how good this feels to get that first win under your belt and have the defense come together.
Words don't explain how this feels. It feels awesome finally putting in all the work every week, and having that extra bye week when Chicago got canceled kind of got to us at first, but I think collectively it actually brought us together even closer and had a really good week of practice, so it feels great.
What did you see down there on the field with Whitworth? We knew they were a passing team, that they liked to go to the air. What did you guys see that you were able to pick up on and limit them?
Pretty much we came in with a great scheme. Our coaches do a really, really good job putting us in places to make plays, actually, and we just came out and we just pretty much athletically played them pretty much, so it felt good.
Rushing-wise, limited them to 21 yards in the first half alone. Tell me how you're able to keep them from running much at all.
Now that goes to all of our 3-man up front: Eddie, Jeff, Williford, Connor. All of them. They do an amazing job, and make DBs make our job a lot easier just getting home.
Speaking of Eddie, talk to me about his epic run back there in the fourth quarter.
Oh man, I love Eddie, but 10 more yards and he would have got it. But yeah, Eddie deserves it, man. He puts in a lot of work on and off the field at Pacific.
This is your senior year. You've seen this grow. You finally get that 0-2 monkey off your back. Just tell me what you do now to focus, start getting ready for the rest of the conference season, because obviously the road doesn't get easier from here.
Oh, no, it doesn't. But we just do the exact same thing. Come in, have a great week of practice, fix little things, and then stay composed to the game and just figure things out as it plays out.
Pacific running back Kamana, Pimental, and Kamana, what a game. Tell me about your performance. Tell me what you were seeing there on the field that allowed you to go off for 122 yards on 10 carries.
To start off, I got to give credit to all the whole line. In practice we had a good week. And just from the coach perspective, we just said if we trust our own line, we trust everything what they do, and we'd pop big runs like that. And that's how it is, to make our reads.
And you had 2 big runs. First of all, tell me about that grinding 13-yarder that you scored there to begin the second quarter.
I was just anxious for it. I just wanted that one. It was just due for one. So.
And then you had the one in the third quarter, 41 yards, streaking downfield. Tell me how that one came together. What did you see on the field? How did it come together?
In fact, it was an inside zone play, and I went in, and next thing you know, everything just crashed in. So I was like, all right, I'm going to take the outside. Outside was free, and it was just green the whole way, so it's perfect.
Teams expect Pacific to go to the air a lot, but today it was definitely a rushing day, 327 yards on 53 carries, the best day rushing since the program came back. Tell me about what the coaches were looking at and the game plan coming in was, because obviously, Whitworth was expecting the air game.
Yeah. I'm not sure what to. We saw them on film. A lot of their defense would flow a lot, so we knew that a lot of our holes would be open, and we just popped big ones like that today.
Very good. And talk to me also, Bobby Latta just had a great game. He had the first series was all him, 66 yards of that drive, including the touchdown. Tell me about his improvement and what he brings to the team.
He brings a very vital place into our package and whatnot. He does. He's a hard-nosed kind of a runner. He takes it down the pipe and just performs. That's how he is. It's great.
Mm-hmm. Last week, all of you were disappointed not being able to make the trip to the University of Chicago. How did that help, though, in getting ready for the game this week and getting ready for conference play?
I think everything happens for a reason, so it allowed us to have a better week of practice to kind of center ourselves and see where we need to be, where we need to improve. And, we came out real antsy, real ready to go in this game, so that's how it was, bringing him for homecoming.
Pacific Head football coach Keith Buckley, and first of all, Keith, congrats on getting that first win of the season and a great homecoming win. Talk to me about the team's spirits coming in, especially after that unintentional bye week with the cancellation of the Chicago game.
Yeah, it was a hard thing for us. You're getting on the bus to fly to Chicago and get that call that the flight and everything's been canceled. And you can use that 2 ways. You can lament it and let it tear you down, or you just go right back to work. And the guys had a great week of practice. I got to hand it to the players themselves. They really kind of took it upon themselves to dial in and focus We knew coming in this offense was going to move the ball, and this offense was going to be a challenge for us to dial up. And I think the defensive coaches and the guys on the field did a great job of managing an offense that was averaging 45 points a game or something like that coming in.
And averaging 408 yards passing a game. Talk to me a little about what the game plan was and the adjustments that you made to go up against such a high-octane offense as Whitworth has.
Well, I think it's more of a full team approach. When you've got playing an offense like that, we knew we had to come in and run the ball offensively and chew up some of the clock and keep that offense off the field. We were excited to get the ball in the opening kickoff and go down and score and kind of set that tone early that we were gonna chunk up the clock and chunk up yardage in the run game. And the three backs ended up with almost 300 yards of rushing, and that does a lot to keep a team off the field. If they can't throw the ball 70 times, they don't average 500 yards passing. So, got to give it up to special teams, offense and defense, kind of playing a collective full game.
And speaking of the rushing game, 327 yards on the ground, the most since the team's been back. Talk to me about what those guys did, particularly Bobby and Kamana and Bronson on some of those short runs.
Well, it all starts up front, and the O-line did an incredible job of moving the line of scrimmage and giving those guys opportunities to get to the second level and cut back and make guys miss and get to the DBs. And when our backs get to the DBs, we fully expect them to fall forward. And they did a great job of yards after initial contact. And that's something that I know those guys take great pride in, of not going backwards when they get hit. And it was all day with them.
And a tip of the hat as well to the defense, which looked as solid as they have all year, and even more solid than they did in a couple of games last year. They put together a good game this afternoon.
Yeah, and we knew we were going to give up some yards. We knew we were going to give up some points, but those first two scoring chances, being field goals versus touchdowns, were great. They kind of moved the ball down the field, and defensively we buckled down. One fumble recovery and two field goals. Put us in a great position early on, and then when the game was on the line and they're trying to move it down quickly to put points on the board to get a sack fumble to put the exclamation point on it was great. It was fun to see our pass rush show up today. First two games not as active as we would have liked them to be, and they really came and got after the quarterback today.